Recently I went to a workshop given to us about working on the fly rail, which is where they have all of the weights and you lift things up and down. And it was basically a 5-hour workshop on all the terrible things that can happen to you if you do the wrong thing. And I was really, really sobered by it, but as the man, his name was Bill Saxes, he's a famous guy from out in works in Broadway, and he, I sent him a poem that I wrote based on his workshop, because I realized that actually what he was talking about with a line getting out of control is a wonderful metaphor for what can happen to a lot of us in life. And I sent it to him, and he was so touched. He wrote back and said this was the first time anybody had ever written a poem for him about theater rigging. So this is a once-in-a-lifetime poem. It's called Runaway. If a line set gains so much momentum that the operator cannot stop it, that heavy load becomes a runaway. Your instinct will be to grab the rope. Don't. If you are lucky, you will only burn your hands as the ropes race between them. Much more likely, though, you will be carried upwards by the rope, to be smashed into the loading bridge, mangled by falling weights. Should you survive this awful collision, you will likely lose your grip on the rope and scream back to the deck. This hurts like hell. Learn this discipline, however unnatural. When a line gets out of control, let go. Don't be a hero. Warn others and run. Have any of you seen the movie The Fabulous Baker Boys? Michelle Pfeiffer in that movie does the most incredibly smoking hot performance of the song "Makin' Whoopee." And if you go home tonight, if you've got access to YouTube, just YouTube The Fabulous Baker Boys, Michelle Pfeiffer. She sings. Jeff Bridges is playing the piano, accompanying her, and she's standing. She starts off on top of the piano singing this song. And somehow she manages to slide off of the piano, step down on the keyboard, and end up sitting next to him. And all the time, he just keeps playing and never looks up. It's just the most incredible scene. I came across this again because I was getting ready for a jazz gig I was playing, and I was YouTubing different jazz standards, and I came across this. And I was so blown away by the performance that I wrote a piece about it called Fabulous. If I could, I would be that piano. The polished black mirror on which you spin and flirt. Scarlet flame descending like a red flag of challenge. A demand of surrender to all that the mind can conjure, if only one could breathe in here. I would be the smooth, stable bed on which you shake out those long, blonde tresses, resting your head in a sultry semicolon just above the questing hands of the man who refuses to look up. I would be the deep, dark joy enveloping your fabulous red dress, the scarlet tease in which you somehow refrain from spilling all your secrets. I would be the ebony and the ivory on which you place one outrageous, blood-boiling stiletto as you corkscrew down to the bench, great diamond clusters flashing in the low spotlight, until you rest your bare neck against the willing quarry you have trapped, your head thrown back, lost in this smoldering haze of time and desire. I would be the quivering soundboard, yielded entirely to your voice, thrilling to the midnight promise of red and black. All right, one more here, and then back to Jonathan. 25 cents. I wrote this poem thinking about, does anybody remember payphones? Okay. For those of you who are younger, a payphone was a thing that was attached to a wall, and it had a cord with a phone on it. and you put money into it and it let you talk to people on the telephone. But no, is there still a working payphone in Elkhart County? I think there was one in Central High School, and that's about the only one I've seen. Anyway, and the whole point with this was you put your money in and you had to say what you had before you ran out of money. So, this is a poem called 25 Cents. Hello, it's me. Listen, I've only got a quarter, and there's not much time before we get cut off. There's just so much to say. I love the way the sun illuminates your skin stretched out next to me on Sunday mornings. How I can sit and watch you dream. I love the smell of your hair, your pert lips, the way your eyes blaze when you're angry. I love the feeling in my stomach when I watch you walk into a crowded room and think, I get to take her home tonight. I'm really okay with the new sofa, and I was kidding about your giving that donation to the World Wildlife Fund. I'm still not sure what happened to your keys. There's a funny smell outside the back door. We still owe the babysitter $5. I hate the way we argued just before.